Guys, I was about to fall asleep, but I had to make this video before I go to bed, and that's openers that I use. I can't believe I haven't made a video on openers yet. Openers I use are usually visual observations about the girl, namely her clothes, her accessories, or any tattoos or piercings or styles of any kind. Not necessarily, oh, I think you're pretty, or oh, I love your eyes, or whatever, right? So there will be a girl in a set of like three, maybe it's three girls or three girls and a guy or something like that. And I see that she has a tattoo on her tricep. I'll like I'll do a little bump on her arm and I'll be like, hey, I like your tattoo, by the way. That's pretty cool. What is it? Oh, okay, cool. That's sick. This or that, right? Or, oh, I see she has like, I don't know, bangs or something like that. I'm like, oh, wow, you got the bangs. That's sick, or something like that. Or, oh, I see that she's wearing jeans and I'm also wearing jeans. And I'm like, oh, are we matching? We're both wearing light blue jeans. That's pretty cool. Or literally, if she has a black shirt on, a lot of times I'll wear a black shirt or something. And like most girls will wear like a black or a white shirt. So like 99% of the time we're either matching or we're opposite. So I'm like, oh, wow, are we opposites right now? You're wearing a white shirt, I'm wearing a black shirt. Wow. You know what they say about opposites, or I don't know, random shit like that, right? So it's literally about her clothes or about like a jewelry or a tattoo. And it's observational, it's visual. It's not necessarily observational or situational in the sense of like, oh, are you also watching the game? Or like, how about the weather? Or like, wow, a lot of traffic out here. Like, not necessarily that type of observational situational. It's usually a visual observation about the girl. And it's normally something about clothes or something like that. Or in the past, I've gone with a very generic, like tap on the arm or tap on the shoulder, whatever, because 99% of the time you will be approaching from like the side or the back in like a bar or a club. So I do use a tap on the shoulder. I haven't found it to be too beta or cringe or startling for the girl, especially if it's done like lightly and whatever. But I'll do a little tap. And then in the past, I've done something more basic, like, hey, excuse me, I saw you, I thought you looked cool. What's your name? Or, hey, excuse me, what's your name? Or something like that. Hey, what's your name? I wanted to meet you, or something like that. Something very basic, guys. So having default, like kind of canned patterns that you use, like say you always use an opener about like some like pickup line where it's like, oh, you know who you look like? Miranda Cosgrove. And you say that to every girl that she looks like Miranda Cosgrove. Like, honestly, cool. Like, whatever works for you, whatever patterns, like, if you use the, you know who you look like, or you always use the, are you from Wisconsin? Or something like that. If you always like use a pattern, I actually think that's fine as long as you're getting decently good reactions most of the time from them. If it's cheesy and you kind of always get like some like, oh, haha, that's so funny, okay, bye, then that's a bad opener. But use a canned pattern that you fall back on that you literally don't have to think. And mine are typically visual observations, and those actually do very fine, something very basic and generic, or even a what's your name. Those work fine. So have a canned pattern that you use, and that's mine if you wanted to know.